Last weekend, a group of West High students went to the annual ASL competition. Let's see how it went.
So ASL competition is a chance for my students to go and compete against other high school students that are also learning ASL. They compete expressively, receptively, and deaf culture, deaf art, and we even have a deaf cinema category as well.
If you could do it over, what would you do better?
There was one time when I accidentally sung a song. I would not have done that. I would have studied a lot harder. I didn't know until about 2 days prior, but I would have studied a lot harder.
Oh, there's always room for improvement, starting earlier for practice and getting more students to be able to go to the competition. I always like to bring as many as I possibly can, and I'd love to see more students participate. So,
how did you feel about the competition?
I thought it was really fun. On days of silence that like the ASL group practices, it's kind of hard because you don't know anybody else that knows sign language. You don't see them the whole time. But at ASL competition, it's really fun because you get to practice and learn, and you're not alone. You don't feel isolated. Everyone knows sign language, and it's really fun.
So the awards that we took home this year, we took home for level 1, 3rd place for our ABC Expressive Story. Kristen Joe won that for 3rd place, and we also took home 1st place for our Deaf Culture and History category. Level 2, we took home 2nd place for Deaf Culture and History, and then Level 3, we also took 1st place for Deaf Culture and History. So we did pretty well.
So you won 2nd place. How did you feel about that?
I felt like my good friend actually carried our team, but I was just really grateful to be there. I was there on accident, but it felt nice to have a group that was so strong and to be recognized as West High School. It was pretty fun.
They sound like they did great. Congratulate anybody who went. I'm Arceli Brea. Bye, West.
Have you noticed fewer students in your classrooms? Do your teachers seem more worried recently? It's because an estimated 10% of high school students in Utah have dropped out.
Dropout, as far as I understand it, means you stop going to school, right? You stop going to school, which makes it so that you don't graduate.
So dropout typically means a student that has just decided to leave school without informing anybody else that they're leaving.
As of the age of 18, you can stop going to school.
It's really not legal for a student to do this. Every student is required to be in school. But again, we don't have control over everyone. So we try to monitor it.
It's better, obviously, to graduate from high school.
Keep track of the students that maybe have some attendance difficulties and contact parents, contact students in any way we can, either it be the phone or email or a letter.
And not focus as much on the legal consequences as the kind of life consequences. I think that's really, really where it kind of hurts kids, and that's where it gets unfortunate.
I'm new to West. This is my first year.
Well, there you go. Do what you like.
Many of West High students have run for the ASW presidency. Let's look at the results.
So, for your ASW president, we have Freddie Barrera, your vice president. We have Sophia Guadarrama, your secretary, Jonas Pierce.
The Elders have been working very hard on their play that's coming up next week.
The play is called Comedy of Errors by Shakespeare. So we've been working at scenes every day, and we're trying to get them spot on to make a spotless performance. Crew and cast are working together in harmony.
It's been really fun. I mean, it's kind of weird because it's all 7s and 8th graders, but it's fun. So working with the cast has been really fun. People should come watch this play. It is really entertaining and really weird, but really fun.
Graceful, the earth is wonderful and divine.
So I'm one of the 3 main directors for this play. I worked on blocking some of the scenes, which is basically just where people move. That is almost done. We have most of the costumes. Right now, all we're doing is working on acting. This one's gonna be, it's just gonna be different. It's gonna stand out. And I think that they're gonna love it. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th at 7 o'clock, the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and tickets are $5. Please come, it's gonna be a blast.
While the Fieldhouse students may be populated by PE students at the moment, in the coming month and weeks, they'll be populated by desks just like these with IB students taking their exams. IB testing will be in the G. Ray Hale Fieldhouse starting on April 30th. All tests will be taken in the morning or the afternoon. Students are to report 30 minutes before their designated tests with all the required testing materials, including pencils, colored pencils, pens, IDs, and appropriate calculators. Testers will not be allowed into the testing rooms if they are late. In addition, all students who are not taking tests at the prescribed times will not be allowed into the Fieldhouse. Physical education classes will be changed accordingly. Tests will be going on throughout the month of May. Please listen to the specified accommodations made by your coaches and PE teachers for where and when you have to go to class. I'm Ethan Youngberg, reporting for TV West.
With SAGE testing now happening in most students' core classes, a lot of students are asking what SAGE is actually for, since it doesn't affect your grade or overall GPA. So today we're going to try and figure out why SAGE testing exists. Although I was unable to secure an interview with the person who's in charge of SAGE testing at our school, upon a little bit of further research, I was able to find some information about the tests. The official SAGE testing website indicates that the purpose of the tests is for students to be able to track where they are on college and career readiness paths. They say that the tests align with the ACT and other college assessments that are used to inform students on what they need to be ready. The SAGE website also indicates that the tests give students an opportunity to measure their individual growth, with the Student Growth Percentile, or SGP, telling students whether they're headed in the right direction using a collection of many different factors. In this sense, the SAGE test gives students a unique opportunity to gauge their college and career readiness. But if you don't find these functions important or necessary, you can always opt out of the SAGE test or just not try. Alright, West High, so now we know what SAGE testing is for. See you next week.
Hey West High, your boys' soccer team just had a game on Tuesday. Let's see how it went.
It is midway through the soccer season, and the boys' team is doing very well. They recently had a game on Tuesday against Skyline at home. They played very hard and won by a score of 3-2.
So far this season, we're doing great. We've only lost 2 games, and we're in 2nd place right now. We're just hoping to finish strong, win these last couple of games, and then make it to the playoffs. And then once we're in the playoffs, just go from there and hopefully win.
Thanks for watching, West. Make sure to come to the game tomorrow at Highland.